Hello, welcome to my videos in my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers victory tonight, 2019 in the NFL 2023 season week 10. And with this victory, the Steelers got a six win of the season. Where the Steelers won. This is a very great news because they play a great game, especially in the first half, where they did enough to win the game and got the sixth win of the season. This was a very weird game and a very opposite game for the Steelers because they did the opposite of that what they have done all the season because in this game they started playing a very great football, especially in the offense in the first half, and in the second half they didn't play a very great offense, but the defense played a tremendous game, and this was enough to win the game. This happened something weird because in the first three offensive drive for the Steelers in the game, they scored two touchdowns and one field goal. They scored 17 points, and this was the difference to win the game. And in the second half, the Steelers scored two field goals. That was enough to win the game. The game was very close because the defense played a tremendous game. Where in the first half, the Steelers scored in the first drive of the game, and in the first drive, they scored a touchdown, and in the first half, in the first quarter, sorry, the game was tied 7-7. In the Steelers' second drive, they scored a touchdown, and the Steelers were leading 14-7, 1 point difference. And in the in the Green Bay second drive, they scored a touchdown, but they missed the field goal, and this was a very important moment in the game. And later in the Steelers third drive of the season of the game, they scored a field goal, and they in the halftime were leading the game 17-6. In the third quarter is when the Steelers play its best football, especially in the defense, where they scored two field goals, and the Green Bay Packers were leading the game. 17-19, but in the third quarter and the last quarter, but after that, the defense didn't allow any more points. The Steelers scored another two field goals and won the game 23-19 and won the sixth game of the season. You can see here in the statistics, the Steelers made 224 total yards, but in the passing, they made 119 passing yards. But the most important is that the Steelers, for first time in the season, they scored for more than 200 yards. I don't know when was the last time that the Steelers run for more than 200 yards in a game, and they play a tremendous game. In the offense, the Steelers allowed almost 400 yards, 285 passing, and 116 by run game. But the most important in the Steelers, in the important moment, they didn't allow more than 20 points. And I have told you in the last video and since the last year, when the Steelers allowed 20 or less point per game, they more than an 80% time of the games, the Steelers win that game. So this is what very important. And another important thing that the Steelers did is that they didn't have any takeaway because they didn't throw for any interception or neither fumble, and the offense just allowed just one sack. But the defense did a very great game because they made one sack, and they made two interceptions. That is what the difference to win the game. And in the individual statistics, you can see here, Kenny Pickett didn't do a very he did a good job, not a great, because he didn't make any interception. He made 126 yards. It looked like that in the first quarter, in the second drive, he made an interception, but was denied because the Baker defense didn't have possession. And the running game was tremendous, where especially Jalen Warren was the player of the game because he ran by 101 yards, and he scored a touchdown like Najee Harris that scored the first touchdown of the game. He scored a touchdown. And in the defense side, the TJ Watt made one sack. Kenny O'Neill and the Monty Cassie made each one interception. And in the special team, our kicker, Chris Wall, he had three field goals, and he made the three, and he was one of the important reason that the Steelers won the game. So what's next? The Steelers play three consecutive games in home, and he now will travel to Ohio to play two consecutive games as a away team. Where the next Sunday, the Sunday November 19th and 30 o'clock Eastern time, the Steelers will visit the the Cleveland Browns. Got that today. They did a surprise because they overcome the score and they won the game in the last play of the game. 33-31 the Ravens have the same record as the Steelers, 6-3, 6-3. And in 2 weeks the Steelers will travel to Cincinnati. Well, today the Cincinnati lost surprisingly, in my opinion, against the Houston Texas, and are in the last play of the division. So let's see how are the standing position in this moment. Wait a minute, please. The internet is a little slow here. We're here in the AFC North, the division in this moment in the NFL. In the NFL, you can see the Steelers are in the second place with the record of 6-3, the same that the Cleveland Browns, and the Ravens have a record of 7-3. The Ravens just have a one half game advantage against these two teams. To be honest, the next game will be amazing because the Browns and Steelers have the same record. The Browns have a tremendous defense like the Steelers, but I think that they are a little better than the Steelers. But I think that in the offense, in this moment, Deshaun Watson is better than Kenny Pickett, and the Browns running game is better than the Steelers running game. So I think that unfortunately, the Browns will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference, and the Steelers will lose is 4 game of the season. So here's one more opinion about what happened today in the Steelers the game where he defeated 23-19 in Packers in the Week 10 of the NFL 2023 season, and the Steelers won is sixth game of the season. See you next video. Gibran. By the way, sorry, another opinion. The Steelers and Browns will get the second game of the season because remember that in the week 2, the Steelers in the Monday Night Football, the Steelers defeated 26-22 the Browns, where in that game the Browns dominate all the game, but the Steelers could know how to win this game, and the Steelers won the victory. So here's one opinion of what happened in the Steelers today's game and the game that will play the next week. See you next video. Gibran.